726, Brian Angelicchio. Last year was with Cleveland, and this year he is now the tight ends coach. Has been named the tight ends coach for Andrews Green Bay Packers.
Andrews Green Bay
and
Packers.
Brian is from Ilion. Good morning, Brian. Thanks for coming on the radio. Good morning.
How you doing? Good morning.
It's great to have you on. So, there are a lot of Packers fans around here. A lot of them.
A lot of Packers fans, not the Bills and Giants.
Well, listen.
Or the Dolphins.
I see too many Cowboys fans. I got to be honest. There's way too many Cowboy fans in Central New York. I could live with the Packers.
So tell me, Brian. This is obviously you've got to be really happy with this new gig. Now the tight ends coach for the Packers. You got to be really pleased.
Oh yeah, it's a great organization, obviously, and anytime you got a great quarterback, you always got a chance in this league.
Yeah, so what's it? For a local guy, what's it like? I mean, they say that coaching in the NFL is you basically just kind of put your life aside because that is your life, even during the season, off season, all the time.
No, I mean it's a great profession. Obviously, it's a result-oriented business. I mean, you got to win. There's no way around it. But it's the competition level. Sundays. There's nothing like Sundays. Going out in these packed stadiums and the best against the best. I mean, the highest level of football. So it's about the competition for sure, and tracing that Super Bowl trophy. I mean, that's what you live for.
Yeah. Listen, we can't help but ask you your thoughts on Will Smith. I mean, just a tragic story that came out of New Orleans over the weekend. Certainly has affected everybody here. It's an awful story.
Yeah, that's a horrible incident and certainly a tragedy. And, your thoughts and prayers go out to the families and, certainly his wife and recovery. And, yeah, it's senseless. And, it's hard to understand how things like this can happen.
Yeah. So tell me, how did what did you take from your who did you play for when you were in Ilion?
I played for, I guess, Nick Panis was the head coach my sophomore year. Then Bob Turley was my junior year, and Bob Turley was the head coach, and Bob McCann was the offensive coordinator. So I played for them my junior senior year.
And what have you taken away from those days with Bob Turley and Nick Panis and the like? What did you take away from Ilion?
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate. I mean, I had great coaches. They taught you about the game and about competing and those kind of things. So it was a great experience for me. And, obviously then I went on to go to St. Lawrence University where I played football and baseball. And then from there got into coaching. I always knew I wanted to teach and coach, and, football was what I loved to do.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about that, some of your resume?
Yeah, when I went to St. Lawrence, when I graduated, I then went to Rockport State that summer and coached secondary. And from there, was there 1 year, then went to Ithaca College. I got my master's, started out coaching linebackers, and then moved to receivers, and then became the offensive coordinator coaching the line. I was actually at Ithaca for 10 years, and I got my master's, like I said, and then, became the coordinator, and then ended up going to the University of Pittsburgh, working for Dave Wanstead, and was there for 5 years. Then headed over to Rutgers for 1 year with Greg Schiano, and then Greg got the Tampa job and went down to Tampa with him for 2 years, and then went up to Cleveland for 2 years with Mike Pettin, and then, this past offseason, got up to Green Bay.
Awesome.
How are you going to make it, Coach, without Johnny Manziel? That's really the question I'm wondering.
Yeah. No, Johnny, I mean, obviously, Johnny's had his, he's had some issues, but Johnny's a good guy. Obviously, he's made some mistakes, and hopefully he can get this stuff behind him and just concentrate on playing football.
It is it's a perfect example of the transition. So you go from you go from high school where you're the guy, and then college you're the guy, and all of a sudden it's that transition where you have to. You got to believe it. You got to not, but you can't believe it too much, and you can't take advantage. It's so easy for it to go to somebody's head, it seems. And how do you manage that? It's an amazing transition from amateur to going into the NFL. How do you manage that? How do you manage the head?
Yeah, I mean, I think they all mature at different levels, but hopefully, the NFL has these programs in place, and these they do a lot of these sessions with the players, preparing them for the draft and these agents, and then when they get there, and you just hope that when they get there, they see the opportunity, and past players talk to these guys, and the quicker they can figure out the preparation that's needed, the habits that you have to have, I think then they can sustain in this league, because I think the average lifespan for a player in this league is like 3.5 years. I mean, so the numbers are out there now. It's when guys figure it out and they're able to do those things, because it's hard enough to make it in this league. Everybody's trying to take their jobs, and it's not just when you're in the building. I mean, you got to prepare and train all year round. I mean, it's not just during the season or the 8 hours that you're in the facility.
Bill Romanowski, we used to have him come on the radio during football season, and he talked about how hard it was to have it end. That was really the hardest part for him. He would do anything in the world to stay in the game, and so there are a lot of transitions, I guess, you go through as a player, and I'm sure in coaching as well. Quickly, before we're done, I want to ask you your thoughts on the moves the NFL is making when it comes to safety. It seems to be the big topic right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, player safety is most important, and no coach, nobody wants to have players out there that are injured where they can, do permanent damage for themselves when their career's ended. So, I mean, it's a player's game, and the player's health is the most important thing. So, whatever can make the game safer for the players, I think everybody is everybody's on board with.
And do you have family still around Ilion, around the valley?
Oh yeah. My parents live there, and my sister lives there, and then my brother, he's moved down to North Carolina. So I got a bunch of family and friends still there.
Yeah, great. Now they got to be Packers fans. It's just terrible.
The problem is they had Browns. They were Browns fans. Now they got to change teams again.
Yeah, it is.
I've got a weird story about that for another time. But
it's costing them a fortune, I got to tell you. Andrew, last question.
Right.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask a Green Bay Packers fan question to a Green Bay Packers coach. So one of the big moves that you guys have made in the offseason, acquiring Jared Cook, and, this is a big move for Green Bay because they don't usually go with the free agent market like that. What does that mean for you and the offense this season?
Yeah, we're excited to have Jared, and, certainly he's a guy that can run and stretch the middle of the field, and that's something that we hope he will bring with Jordy outside, and now Cobb can go in the slot. So, and Aaron's, it's a vertical offense. Give Aaron a chance to have another weapon running down the middle of the field, which is what you need in the NFL. You need those big guys that can run the middle. So hopefully Jared will add that to our offense and just give us another weapon.
And Jordy's recovering nicely?
Yeah, no, he's doing real well with his rehab. Yep.
Nice. And finally, did you ever see the day? Do you think you'd ever see the day when Mohawk and Ilion actually merged and the two become one?
No, I didn't. Herkimer, Ilion, Frankfurt, Mohawk. I mean, those were the teams. But no, I did not. But hey, it's good for the school, and people are excited about it. So I guess it's a good thing.
Brian Angelicchio, Ilion native, and now coaching with the Green Bay Packers as the tight ends coach. Brian, thanks so much for taking the time this morning And good luck. We'll all be watching from here.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Have a good day.
Quick break. Thanks. Quick break. We'll come right back here at WIBX.